Notice. What? Notice. What?
There it goes. Hey guys, nice to see everyone. I'm starring here with the rest of the Kaya Part 2. There goes my joint. Come on. Streaming Kaya Part 2 Hangout. Hey, meeting. Up. There we go. Alright, let's start continuing the last part we left. Alright. We finished the first door. Next part, we start there. In and monster. That's, I guess, is just into that. So let's start from there and try another pretty monster. Alright. Here's where the second choice is.
Look, Mondstadt's windmills.
Yes.
Ah, such a comforting sight.
Still, the animation in the scene, they blurred it so much that it looks like it does. But when you go to the town, it's of course. Not in this cutscene.
Now, as promised, your souvenir.
Yeah.
Here you go. According to the merchant I bought it from, mysterious spirits called Jinn often live in lamps like this. And this lamp in particular once housed a very powerful genie.
Huh.
Merchants love to exaggerate to help make a sale, but it's still quite the pretty little lamp. I know you like rare things, so perhaps you can add this to your collection.
Thank you.
Of
Put it on
course,
this
you can also use it as an ordinary pot. You're welcome. I'm glad you like it. I'm ready to head into the city now. You're free to join me, or you can make your own schedule. I could give everyone their souvenirs first, but I'm not sure whether I'm in the mood for running around and visiting people right after the long journey.
So I'm guessing this is the one we run around with. Try to get.
Maybe I'll take a breather first. But I know I'll only get bored sitting in my room alone. Ugh. Do you have any suggestions?
I can join you for souvenir giving, so you have some company.
Yes, I suppose. Okay, souvenir run it is. They're mostly people you know, so it'll be a chance for you to say hi to some people you haven't seen in a while.
Alright.
Let's start by going to the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Jean and Lisa will definitely be there, and with any luck, we might run into a few others too.
Guys are so bugged out today. I'm thinking like two separate links like that's waiting on. we're going to the Bonus Knight's headquarters for this one. There. Facial trauma. I'm picking up all today. Bonus Knight's quarters we go. Stamina right out. I guess we'll be walking a bit. Alright, now we can to run.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, that's the Adventurers Guild. Bonus is just a little bit more up. I keep forgetting. They're so close to each other. Pneumonia headquarters and the Adventurers Guild. Both got like the same stony structure. Hey. Alright, here we go. Oh, James headquarters. Ah, at least where we start.
Hey, you two busy?
Long time no see, everyone.
You must have had a tough journey, Kaya. Oh, it's been a while, cutie. Yes, welcome back, Kaya. Why is the honorary knight accompanying you?
Yes. Explain your chance encounter with Kaya and to Jean.
I understand. Back to matters at hand, Kaya. I have already received your report. You did well this time, thank you.
Yes.
A few days ago, we received a letter from the representative of the Wine Merchants Association in Sumeru. It was thanks to your on-the-spot decisions that further losses, due to continued delays, were avoided.
That's good.
Just doing my duty. Anything to reduce the acting Grandmaster's workload. Oh, I nearly forgot. I have some unused travel funds. I'll return the surplus now.
He's talking like he wasn't planning on spending it.
Given the suddenness of the situation and the difficulty in resolving it, I authorized a greater than normal disbursement in case of unforeseen circumstances. But I didn't think there would be this much left over. Thank you, Kaya.
He must does this often, it seems.
Just doing the right thing. But I'm not actually here for a post-trip debrief. I brought some souvenirs back for everyone.
Souvenirs from Sumeru?
Pops.
Here,
Something like
the
these,
letter
right?
opener is for Jean. The jeweled brooch is for Lisa. And the items in the box are for everyone else.
Oh, I see. Put among the knights. Cool.
The artistry of this is exquisite. Look at the ornamentation on the sheath. This must be one of those crafts unique to Sumeru. It's my first time seeing one in person. Thank you, Kaya.
Meanwhile, I thought it was something mage would like. Because they're all items used in Jack.
I love the color of the gem in this brooch. And the setting is so elegant. You have excellent taste, Kaya. This can't have come cheap.
It wasn't too bad. I didn't spend too much.
Might I intrude a moment?
Oh, Albedo!
Albedo, is that you? Come in.
I finished the latest quarterly expenses report for the workshop. It's ready for your review. Traveler, greetings. And Kaya, welcome back from Sumeru.
Yes.
Haven't seen you in a while.
Fresh on my chat real quick. Channel. Thankfully, I still see chats. There we go.
You two
I
look
can
like
see
you're in
chat
good
better.
spirits.
As a matter of fact, the honorary knight and I traveled back from Sumeru together.
Yes.
Ah, yes, and I brought some souvenirs for you and Klee. They form
Aw.
a set. Hold on, let me dig them out.
You gotta see them. What do you buy
You're
for
too
them?
kind. Klee has been constantly inquiring as to the timing of your return lately.
Since you weren't around, she thought you had also been grounded and that it would be a
Oh.
long time before you could come out.
Children always have the most peculiar way of looking at things.
So she thinks Albedo every time he does experiments is grounded. That's cute.
Also been grounded? Sounds like things haven't been too dull for you all in my absence.
Ugh, it's Klee's third time this month.
Oh, yeah, truly.
Evidently, you're not the least bit surprised.
I mean, she is anarchy. Anarchist child.
No. On the contrary, what would be a surprise is if Klee ever managed to stay out of trouble for a substantial length of time.
True. She did blow up like Starfell Valley as a 2-year-old. That is a legend. And something on the map back of scene there.
Anyway, since my souvenir is part of a set with Klee's, there's no rush to give it to me.
Uh-huh.
When Klee's next,
No one is
released, I'll bring her to see you sometime. We'll collect our souvenirs together.
like 2 little balls from Sumera. That would be cute.
Sure, makes sense. Leave the surprise for the person who'll enjoy it the most.
I'll leave these documents here. I'll take my leave now, everyone.
Wonder what he was studying.
Kaya, I've approved your vacation request. Use this time to relax and unwind. Don't worry about the report and other work. I'll take care of it. You too, Honorary Knight. There isn't any work the Knights of Favonius require your assistance with at this time, so please take it easy.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. Then we'll be going now.
Enjoy your vacation. But don't forget to return the Fox and the Dandelion Sea series before it's due.
Oh, at least they'll be coming in with electricity. Oh,
Don't worry, I'm nearly done with those. I'll be able to return them in a few days.
she does not take unreturned books kindly. I've seen that in the past. Alright, so go to Trish bonus.
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. I taught her a few tricks just before I left.
Why are you smirking?
Kids will always have their moments of mischief. But to be able to grow up without a worry or care in the world is something truly precious. Well, now that all the gifts for the Knights of Favonius are with Jean, next up is... Ooh, how about we visit the Dawn Winery under the pretext of delivering souvenirs and try to score some free wine? It's been a long time since I last saw everyone there. Plus, it'll be the perfect time to treat you to some of their newest brews.
Sounds like he's trying to talk to Diluc and score some sass to him today. Oh,
Diluc should be there tomorrow since
Yep.
he has business to deal
I
with.
knew it.
But then there's nothing scheduled
wait.
for the day after tomorrow, so perhaps it'll be easier to get free wine then.
Oh wait, he's just trying to put to Dawn Winery just because.
What do you think? When should we go?
Tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow. Why not?
That
The
works.
interaction.
Then I guess we'll see Diluc. Let's meet at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery tomorrow.
Alright. So, I definitely want to practice. They're not on the best terms, but I'm curious. I want to see that interaction. Why not? So, on winery, wine skip today to basically time travel. Okay. Just kidding.
Useless.
Shouldn't be that hard. You know, like, have it remote. That's just a guess. I hope it's right. Then, alright. Alright, just head up here. Okay, out here.
You made it. Come on, let's go inside.
Okay.
Brace yourself for some sour grapes.
The Luke. Oh.
If you're not feeling well, then let me go this time.
Oh.
Oh, I'm fine. It's not serious.
Those. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
What are you doing here today? And I see you've brought a +1.
Greeting!
Oh, it's nothing particularly pressing.
Yes.
It's just that we recently returned from Sumeru,
Okay, yeah.
and given how long it's been since we last
okay, let's
visited
hang
the
out today.
winery, we thought we'd drop by and say hello.
Is that it? Make yourselves comfortable then.
Oh, do you really mean that? Because my definition of comfortable happens to involve prodigious amounts of your finest wines. Speaking of which,
Yes.
I'm curious where you store
Like,
the
yeah,
wine
he
these
looks
days.
cool in his new
Is it the same
outfit.
place as it always used to be?
Sounds like you're in a hurry to reach your goal. Been plotting this raid for a long time.
Actually, my fault this time. I said let's come along today because I was curious about the interaction.
Plotting a raid? Why, you misunderstand me.
Oh.
The truth is, a rumor happened to reach my ears recently.
Oh, wait a minute.
My informants tell me that last month, the Dawn Winery spent a large sum of mora on 2 bottles of limited edition Northland Valberry liquor. However, it turns out that they were likely just cheap knockoffs masquerading as the real thing.
Huh.
Of course, a teetotaler like yourself would struggle to tell the difference. So why not get a connoisseur to help you appraise the quality? Ah, wait. But the sterling reputation of Dawn Winery is at stake. Why, if you really purchased bootleg liquor, that would be scandalous. Better to have unknown and insignificant alcohol aficionados do the taste test for you.
Wait,
To prevent
alcohol
word getting out.
aficionados. Is he implying we drink alcohol? Because throughout this whole thing, they imply the traveler is great shit. Wait. I'm confused. Most of the time we don't drink wine, but sometimes we... No.
Quite the story. You used that one last year. Got anything else?
Is it just because we're the hero? That one.
What? Really? I totally forgot. In that case, how about the principle of reciprocity? Here, this is for you. I bought it for you in Sumeru, and it cost a veritable mountain of mora.
Assume Sumeru land. Okay.
Thanks. Put it on the table.
That's it? No comment whatsoever?
You want a comment? Okay then. This thing is very in line with your unique aesthetic tastes. Much like that vase over there. Elzer, fetch a bottle of this year's newest batch from the warehouse, or else someone will keep blathering on with endless excuses.
One moment, Master Kaya. I shall fetch it immediately.
What's wrong, Elzer? Are you okay?
My throat is a bit raspy is all. It got better after I began taking medicine, but recently
Oh,
it flared up again. Other than a bit of difficulty breathing now and then, it's nothing to be concerned about.
Many illnesses are caused by overwork. If you don't get enough rest, medicine alone won't solve the problem. Surely you should have long since handed over the work of the winery to D-Luke by now. You can't keep being D-Luke's butler. He's becoming a louse.
Actually, most of the time he...
Take some time off, Elzer. don't put it off any longer. I'll handle the guild matters. It's important to take care of your health. You have to take it seriously. And, cavalry captain, you would do well to remember that brevity is the soul of wit.
If anyone wants to play the Pokemon game, just say Pokemon Start, and then like catch this exclamation marks. Catch Pokemon. Yeah. Right back to the
Master Diluc, Master Kaya, thank you both. Then I'll take my leave and rest for a few days.
Enjoy your vacation. Though, before you officially clock out, let me head out the door with you. We can grab a few bottles on the way. There's nothing quite like enjoying a quality wine while feeling the gentle breeze against your face.
Want to come to look?
Normally I'd accompany you, but unfortunately I still have some pressing matters to take care of. My apologies and regards to both of you.
Oh.
Really? Oh, that's a shame.
I don't think. I think Kaya likes pushing his buttons. Right. For sure, Elazar. Not Elazar. Two different.
I asked Connor to select a bottle of our best. He'll bring it by shortly.
Alright.
You asked Connor?
He hasn't seen you in a while. He's just happy to be able to do this for you.
Considerate as ever. Ah, Elzer, I also brought you a gift. Here, this belt buckle's for you.
Such artistry.
That's nice.
Thank you very much indeed. I'll put it on as soon as I get home.
Glad you like it. Go on, enjoy your time off. And don't forget to see a doctor.
Definitely see doctor.
Very well, Master Kaya. I'll be taking my leave now.
Elzer is a good guy, and he's very responsible. But with 1,000 different things to worry about each day, that same sense of responsibility wears him down.
Master Kaya, your wine, and an apple cider for your friend. All freshly fermented this year. Please, have a taste. Traveler, this one's for you.
Thank you.
Oh, very clear. And a full-bodied aroma. That's rather nice.
Isn't it? This one's a little on the sweeter side, but I can go grab a dry one if you'd prefer.
No need. Sweet is just fine. Let's drink one together.
Don't mind if I do. I haven't caught up with you like this in a long time. We used to always pour the first glass for you when cracking open a new barrel. With you gone these past few years, I've had to drink it for you.
Well, since it wasn't me harvesting the grapes, de-stemming, or crushing them, it's much more fitting that you should take the first taste.
It's an important step in the winemaking process. After harvesting the grapes, the stems have to be removed prior to fermentation, or they'll affect the quality.
Guess so, that's true.
If you'd like, Traveler, you can help us harvest some grapes. Winemaking can be quite a lot of fun.
Could try that.
It isn't nearly as exciting as he makes it sound. Your back will be in so much pain after picking grapes that you won't be able to stand up straight.
I don't know. I pick a lot of potatoes and stuff on the farm.
Master Kaya is right. Harvesting grapes is a back-breaking labor.
And I mean, then again, I'm not. I mean,
But seeing the grapes turn into grape juice, then ferment into wine, is a fascinating experience. And every person at the winery should have a chance to share in it.
it's always interesting work like that.
Wait, so Diluc actually helps you with the winemaking?
Oh, goodness no. Master Diluc is far too busy, not just during the day, but even at night.
Oh? And just what is D-Luke always so busy with?
I think I know.
Well, you know, come nightfall, he's always out there, networking and so on.
As he says.
Master Kaya, you may be surprised to learn just what lengths Master D-Luke is willing to go to for the sake of the business.
Connor, you're an awful liar. I hate to see you struggle.
Oh, so Master Kaya, how do you like your drink? I remember you weren't very interested in wine when you were young.
That was the natural's big way in that conversation history. Connor also exposed the Dark Knight here. Yeah.
That was because the adults said children weren't allowed even a drop. Don't you remember how much trouble D-Luke got in that time he snuck a drink?
Ah, yes, of course. Adeline even covered for the two of you.
But on a serious note, having grown up at a winery, I spent my childhood watching Tunner plant the grape seeds, waiting for them to ripen on the vine, harvesting them together, and waiting for the alcohol to ferment. Even though I couldn't help with making distilled spirits, watching everyone work was fascinating. How could anyone not love to drink with a childhood like that?
That's fair.
So, let us raise a glass to wine itself, and in thanks to the gracious hospitality the winery has shown us today.
Oh, my drink is not... Oh, there it is. Yeah, I figured out that they gave it non-alcohol.
Here, here, to Dawn Winery.
Yes. 3 glasses going to properly drain.
Speaking of wine, Connor, I have a gift for you. It's a decanter set from Sumeru.
Ah, that's nice.
I get a present too? Thank you, Master Kaya. Time really does fly. I still remember the days when everyone was giving you gifts at your birthday parties when you were young. Now I have wrinkles and Tunner's bent double, while Master Kaya is the cavalry captain of the Knights of Favonius.
How is Tunner holding up?
He's still tough, but getting on in years, so some things just aren't as easy as they were. But he's used to doing things his way and doesn't trust new employees to do it for him. A lot of the temporary workers I hired quit because they couldn't handle how picky he was. Master Kaya, if you have time, why not go talk to him about it? You're probably the only person he'll listen to besides Master D-Luke.
I definitely owe him a visit. I haven't seen him in some time, and I do have fond memories of the days when he was teaching me to pick grapes.
Yeah, look at this. Alright. Chat with Turner. I get to see
Busy day today, Tunner?
Oh, Master Kaya, you're back. No, I'm not at all busy. I just spend my hours watching the grapes growing on the vine. They're growing wonderfully this year. A few rows are almost ripe. We've already begun harvesting them these past few days, so that'll keep me occupied.
Right?
Sit. After we're done picking, I'll bring a few bunches over for you to try.
Yes.
No need. We were just drinking with Connor, and our stomachs are so full of wine that we couldn't eat a bite.
What about your friend? Doesn't he want to try?
Thank you.
Allow me to introduce the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius.
Ah, the honorary knight in the flesh. There are so many talented people in the Knights of Favonius. You all have bright futures ahead of you.
Hey.
Harvesting grapes is hard work. Let me help you. Do you still remember how I used to help out when we were short-handed?
I believe I do. In that case, I'm counting on you.
I will help too.
What's this? Everyone's clamoring to do manual labor? Well, suits me. More help is always appreciated.
Hey.
Come with me, young lad. I'll tell you which grapes are ripe enough, and you can pick them.
Picking grapes, yes. Now, a wine cellar, I guess. Oh. Yeah.
Ooh, you have nimble hands, lad. Master Kaya wasn't nearly so careful when he was young. He mangled so many his first time.
Oh.
What a waste. Fortunately, the young master has a good head on his shoulders. Didn't take long for him to get up to speed. And now he's turned into such an outstanding young man, polite and kind. If I had a son as exceptional as Kaya, oh, I would be the happiest man in Mondstadt.
Alright. Here.
There's a few more rows of grapes up ahead. Let's finish picking them together.
Okay.
Careful not to damage the grapes when you pinch the stem.
Kind of cool how they're telling us how they use passion. And interesting hearing about Kaya's antics when he was young, honestly. I like that. Alright. Here.
These grapes look excellent. You're a fast learner.
There we go. We're back to chocolate.
I'll take them. Good job. Master Kaya left the winery and moved to Mondstadt. Just like my own son, Guy. He left home to join the Knights of Favonius, too.
Huh?
I don't know him like Miss Adeline or Master D-Luke do, but I know that no matter how old your child gets, they always need a home they can come back to.
Yes.
And without family by your side, you at least need the companionship of friends.
True.
I've been working here for decades and watched him grow up with my own two eyes. Sometimes I get the sense that there is something bothering him, something deep-rooted. But he guards his secrets closely. Or perhaps he just doesn't want to involve us. After all, I doubt that we could help him. I can see that you have a good relationship with Master Kaya. Please look after him. He's very dear to us.
I think Kaya is much longer than...
That he is, yes. I do still think of him as a child. It takes time for an old man's mind to adjust.
He is an important friend to me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Knowing that he has a friend like you, we here at the winery can be happy for him.
You're looking very happy, Tunner. Was the traveler telling you some jokes?
No jokes. I've received a letter from my son, Guy. He's really going places. I'm so delighted. Master Kaya, honorary knight. My eyesight is fading in my old age. Could you read it out for me?
Yes.
Of course.
Thank you both.
Oh. I guess that was the end of it. Next thing. Primos from it. That. Okay. Yes. Oh, there was another turn. Yeah. There. That. Here, instead of doing tomorrow. There we go. Back instead of doing tomorrow. Other. Nice. Other turn. Yeah. Cool. I'll just skip.
I'm surprised Klee still hasn't escaped. Kids will always... Well, now that all the gifts for the Knights of Favonius are with Jean, next up is...
Phew. Phew. That's me.
Ooh, how about we visit the Dawn Winery under the pretext of delivering souvenirs and try to score some free wine?
Yay, performer.
It's been a long time since I last saw everyone there. Plus, it'll be the perfect
off
time
the
to
mic.
treat you to some of their newest brews. D-Luke should be there tomorrow since he has business to deal with. But then there's nothing scheduled for the day after tomorrow, so perhaps it'll be easier to get free wine then.
Ooh, signal. Fetch. Pet. It's
What do you think?
not occupied.
When should we go?
Day after.
Great.
Yes.
Then it's settled. Let's meet the day after tomorrow at the front entrance of the Dawn Winery.
I guess something that's kind of been different. Same place, Dawn Winery. Tomorrow. We'll fast forward time, I guess, by 2 days. Just get there first. I love seeing the different story paths in Hangout. It's kind of fun. Wonder what this path is to. Alright. So, it's tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Here we go. That should be. Okay. You escaped. Aw. Oh well. Yes.
You're more punctual than I expected.
Yes.
Let's head inside.
Probably gonna be a different scene. At least not very bad. Alright. That's this way.
Master Kaya? And the Traveler? Welcome, welcome. Please, come in. I'll fetch you both something to drink.
Long time no see, Elzer.
Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it? So what brings you back to the winery this... Sorry. Is there anything I can do for you?
No need to be so formal. I just returned from Sumeru and dropped by to see you all.
Hey.
Ah, what a pity. Master D-Luke went out to handle business last night and hasn't returned yet.
Never mind. The main thing is that you and Adeland are here.
Sure.
Oh, speaking of Adeland, where is she?
She's taking some time off. She was busy cleaning yesterday and finally has a bit of time to herself.
Ah, that's nice.
Perfect. I brought some gifts for you both. Here, this belt buckle is for you.
My goodness, it's exquisite. Thank you, Master Kaya. I'll treasure it. Would you like anything to drink? We recently finished making a new batch of dandelion wine.
Well, what perfect timing. I was just wondering how this year's batch was coming along.
Let me fetch a barrel and have someone deliver it to the Knights of Favonius headquarters for you.
Oh, I won't be needing an entire barrel. A couple of bottles will be more than sufficient. Else D-Luke might say I came here to beg.
Oh, Master D-Luke might grumble, but he doesn't mean it. Anyway, let me fix you both a drink.
Much obliged. Then I'll have a glass of dandelion wine and a glass of cider lake for him, if you please.
I drink it. Lake one. Cider lake?
The name is not that literal. It is a drink with virtually no alcoholic content, as Master Kai will be aware. I'll prepare them now. Please, wait a moment.
Of course my drink is non-alcoholic.
Strictly speaking, that's not entirely true. Cider Lake does have a tiny amount of alcohol in it.
Just
Please, enjoy.
try the cider lake. That was our mix. Quite sweet. Very tasty.
Pleased you liked it. Looks like my bartending skills haven't faded with age.
How have you been recently? Is the winery's business doing well?
To tell you the truth, we've had our work cut out for us recently trying to fulfill some major orders. Things have only just started to quiet down over the last couple of days.
So, you've had no time off lately?
Master DeLuke was concerned about the same thing. But with him being out on business for a few days, who would take care of business and the guests if I were to take time off? Maybe some other time.
At least take half a day to see a doctor and make sure you're okay. If your condition worsens, DeLuke will never forgive himself.
True.
You make a fair point.
Doctor, yes.
If you're worried about having someone to handle the winery, why not leave it to me? I'm familiar enough with your responsibilities to cover for you for a while.
Master Kaya, Please, come back to the winery more often. We all miss you very much.
All right. No need for that kind of talk. Come on, I'll see you out.
While I'm resting, I shall leave Dawn Winery in your hands.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Rest easy, and go see the doctor. Such great weather today. A calm breeze and delicious wine. This is quite the treat.
Yeah,
Though,
that's so nice.
it's a pity this batch seems a bit bland. How about I go to the wine locker and fetch one from the reserve collection? I remember it's on the second floor.
Huh? Is that allowed?
Of course it's fine. I promised Elzer I'd help. I said nothing about leaving the wine alone.
Sorry, I'm a little late to the welcome party, but I believe I just heard the words wine locker and
Oh.
reserve collection. Planning on pilfering a bottle of reserve, Master Kaya? The reserve collection is reserved for a reason, you know.
True.
You should at least run it past Master DeLuke first.
Oh, Adeland, surely you misheard. We were simply taking a walk around the house.
Sure, you're doing. Sure you were.
I see. Anyway, what brings you and the traveler to the winery today?
We just returned from Sumeru. It's been a while, so I thought we might drop by and say hello.
Yeah, we're giving gifts.
And perhaps enjoy a complimentary drink while we're here. Surely you wouldn't object, Adeland.
How could I object? We're simply happy that you've come back to see us.
Oh, Adeland, I also brought some gifts for you all. This bottle of essential oil is for you. If you rub it on your hands when it gets cold, your skin won't crack.
Oh my! I can't believe you remembered something like that.
Of course I remember. You always took such good care of me when I fell sick as a child. In comparison, this is nothing.
You're all grown up now, and you don't get sick nearly as easily. You don't need me to look after you anymore.
True, I don't get sick as much. But speaking of being looked after, when I was in Sumeru, I did find myself and my stomach missing your cooking so terribly.
Oh, are you hungry? Would you like to eat something? You too, traveler. Please tell me if there's anything you'd like to eat.
Well, now that you mention it, I do actually feel a bit peckish.
Steak?
Why is the first thing she goes to steak with the rumor of her being accountable in the game from a old quest?
Oh, yes. A nice steak would really hit the spot.
Fragrant cedarwood grilled, medium, stewed vegetables on the side.
Yes,
She knows his preference.
just like you always used to make. Thank you kindly, Adeland.
Now I'm kind of thinking she is kind of serial killer-ish, because there's a rumor that like between the maids, like some guest goes missing, she gives you meat. So the fact that she knows preference kind of comes off as stalkerish too.
My pleasure. Traveler, I'm sorry I'm not familiar with your preferences. Would you like to come with me and select a few dishes?
Sure. I guess. It's kind of scary. Yeah, it's like the dark Laura
Grilling the
kitchen.
steak over fragrant cedar wood infuses it with more flavor than pan-frying it. It's a favorite of Master Kaya's.
How do you know? I'm not gonna ask.
Since using an open flame to grill indoors is somewhat inconvenient, we usually set up a grill outdoors. It's perfect for grilling meat, but you can also use it to make stews. I can offer you a satisfying salad, cold cut platter, and anything stewed. What would you prefer, Traveler?
I'll go with the satisfying salad because I'm vegetarian and I'm kind of scared.
Okay, right away.
Yes, thank you. I don't like easily.
Master Kaya really likes stewed vegetables, but it takes the most time. So I'll start making that first and then prepare your meal once that's underway.
Seem to know Kaya preferences inside and out.
Of course! I looked after him and Master Diluc when they were growing up. He wasn't always such a complicated character. He was a gentle child, polite and very sweet. Boys, huh? The gentle ones grow up to be wild, and the rambunctious ones become quiet and reserved.
Interesting.
At least that's my experience. If there's anything you don't understand about Master Kaya and his antics, please feel free to talk to me about it.
Okay.
His temperament has changed quite a lot over the years, but he still has a lot of the endearing qualities I remember.
Can't always tell if he's being.
Kaya is much savvier and more mature than he used to be. Goodness knows he could be tricky to deal with. But let me share a few little tips. When he answers your question with a question, stop and think carefully about what he wants you to believe, and don't be led on by him.
Oh.
As for not knowing what he's up to, that's because he loves making up a good cover story. But don't let him get to you too much. You can take it from me. You were drinking a cider lake just now, right?
That's right.
Do you know why it's called that? The name was coined by none other than Master Crepus when he mixed the drink for Master Kaya himself. They were adorable when they were young. One time, the winery was hosting a banquet, and Master Crepus strictly forbade Master Diluc from drinking.
Oh, here's that story I want to hear.
Master Diluc wasn't happy about that, and he convinced Master Kaya to team up with him and sneak into the wine cellar to steal some dandelion wine. And how did I find this out? Because when Master Kaya attempted to distract me, I could clearly see Diluc hiding around the corner of the corridor, gesturing to Master Kaya to direct him through the whole thing. The Captain Kaya of today never bats an eye when he lies, but he wasn't like that at all when he was young. Goodness, how did I get into this? Anyway, they were discovered by Master Crepus in the end, and he was furious. He punished Master Kaya by making him write lines, and Master Diluc was forced to clean the wine barrels in the cellar. The wine cellar had over a dozen large wine barrels to scrub, and Master Diluc was just a child. There was no way he could finish it all by himself. Master Crepus really meant to teach him a lesson.
That's true.
I'd originally planned to secretly finish off the work for him, but when I peeked inside the cellar, I found that Master Kaya was already there. He and I finished scrubbing the remaining barrels when Master Crepus saw that the bruises on Master Kaya's hands were even darker than those on Master Diluc's hands. He instantly understood the situation. Master Crepus wasn't stern by nature, so to comfort Master Kaya, he mixed him a drink and added a few drops of alcohol just so he could have a little taste. So you see, Kaya was a gentle child and never one to boast about the things he did for other people. Sometimes he'd even deny it if asked. His friends have a special place in his heart, even if he keeps this to himself. Kaya's quite a smooth talker these days, but I can tell that his habit of quietly helping others hasn't changed.
I understand what you mean.
Good. Okay, the stew is nearly ready, but the meat and the other dishes will need a moment. Please wait at the table. I'll be over shortly.
Actually, good work about time. Aw. Table. Oh. Oh, got it. There we go.
Drinking fine wine, eating Adeline's steak. Ah, now this is what I call a vacation.
I hear some stories about your childhood.
Oh?
Hey,
What has Adeline been telling you?
he said you had a strong sense of justice.
So she told the good stories. Well, shucks. Now I'm embarrassed.
Food's ready. I hope you're hungry. I made a little extra, given how long it's been since you were last here.
Aw.
Oh, we never imagined there would be such a magnificent feast. You've really outdone yourself. Why don't you sit and eat with us this time?
Etch. There we go. Yeah, let's eat together.
If you keep chatting away, the food will get cold. I'll wait here. Please call me if you need anything.
I'm afraid that just won't do, Adeline. I'm serious. We get together so rarely. Can't you bend the house rules just this once?
Yeah.
After all, I don't live here anymore, so I'm just a regular guest. You aren't going to refuse your honored guest this small request, are you?
Since it's you, Master Kaya, I see no choice but to honor your request.
Aw.
I know that us sharing a meal is a sign of our close relationship, but this is technically against the rules for a maid.
Oh.
So, please forgive me for rebuffing you at first. I didn't mean to sound rude.
Okay, it's fault.
Traveler, given how petty Master Kaya can be, it must be hard for him to make friends. Does he have any friends in the Knights of Favonius?
Yes, everyone's case, right?
See? I do have a way with people. And now I have him here to back me up.
Enjoy the home cooked with Kay and Adeline on your gentle breeze.
Hello, everyone.
Oh?
Pardon me, but is this Dawn Winery?
Yes.
I'm Guangzhe, a guard with the Secure Transport Agency under the Leo Communications Office. Here's my...
No wonder Elzer felt so strongly about staying. He certainly wasn't kidding about how busy it is. Mr. Guangzhe, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yeah.
The pleasure is all mine. The Secure Transport Agency has worked with your fine establishment in the past, though we have only corresponded through letters. I always found it a great pity that I, the overseer of our cooperation, have never had the occasion to visit in person.
Why don't we go inside to discuss the details? No doubt the conversation will flow better with some of our wines to taste. Adeline, we'll continue our discussion later. Could you fetch some apple cider for the three of us?
Certainly, Master Kaya. Please wait a moment.
Kaya Winery to interchange. Okay. This'll be interesting. We're helping Dawn Winery. Yeah. Aw, no one bottle.
And how might I address you, sir, as well as your...
Oh?
Just Kaya is fine. I'm standing in today for Elzer, who usually manages the winery's business. And this is my good friend.
Hi, Wolfred.
A pleasure to meet you as well. I'm not just here today to pay a visit. I actually have an invitation for Master D-Luke to cut the ribbon at a ceremony to celebrate our agency's business. Our collaboration with Dawn Winery last year was quite successful, and I was curious about your product shipment plans for the next quarter. If it's no trouble, please, also mention to Master D-Luke that our agency has expanded this year, so if the winery has any additional needs, please consider us.
Master Kaya, the apple cider you requested.
Master? Wait. Pardon my foolishness, but might I inquire as to your relation to Dawn Winery?
I'm Master Krepus's adopted son, and Master D-Luke's brother. However, as a serving captain with the Knights of Favonius, I am rarely at the winery.
My mistake. I apologize for not realizing earlier. I do hope I have not done you a discourtesy.
You may have misunderstood, Mr. Guangzhe. Though I am Master D-Luke's brother, I don't actually live at Dawn Winery. I'm also a guest here today. I'm merely here receiving guests due to Elzer being temporarily indisposed. But please, don't worry. I will be sure to extend your invitation to Master Diluc.
Thank you for your graciousness. I knew the Dawn Winery's wines were delicious, but I am only now discovering how wonderful the apple cider is. It has a clear and inviting fragrance.
In addition to the apple cider, the winery has an extensive collection of reserve wines and liquors. I see you are also a connoisseur of fine wines, so it would be a shame not to sample some. Adeland, please fetch a bottle from the reserve collection in the second floor wine locker.
As you wish, Master.
I really enjoy apple cider and exquisite bottle of reserve.
Thank you again for your most gracious hospitality. Today's trip was very fruitful. Now, allow your humble servant to take his leave.
Please, it was a pleasure. Here's hoping we'll have a chance to share some more fine wines together in the future.
The guest has left, Master Kaya.
In the end, you couldn't protect the reserve. As bonus again, pretty much.
It's no skin off my nose. Master Diluc may have a few choice words when he learns of the situation, but that's all. All I really wanted to say is, you will always be a part of the Dawn Winery family, Master Kaya. I have never considered you an outsider. No matter when, if you ever feel tired, you'll always be welcome here.
Aw, that's nice.
I understand, Adeland. Oh, now this is a busy day. Who's at the door this time?
Hello, everyone.
Hello
I'm
there.
back.
Now that was fast. How are you feeling?
The doctor said there was nothing to worry about. I just need some rest. But on the
Nice.
way back, I met someone who was looking for Master Kaya.
Lee?
Kaya! Shh! Klee's here to rescue you! Come on! Let's escape!
Where are you rescuing Kai from?
Mr. Honorary Knight! Are you grounded with Kaya too?
She thinks we're grounded.
Grounded? Yes, Albedo was saying something about that. Sumeru was fun, but it can't compare with Mondstadt. So here we are.
You two must have done something to make Jean mad, but that's okay. Kaya has rescued Klee loads of times before, so when Albedo told me you came back, I went and said sorry to Jean. Kaya, you're free now! We can go play together again!
Oh, if my memory serves me correctly, this child is...
Lee.
This is a fully qualified Knight of Favonius, Klee.
Hello, miss. I'm Klee. We're sorry. Please don't ground Kaya.
What?
I really need to take Kaya and Mr. Honorary Knight away so we can go find Albedo, Sucrose, Amber, and everyone else and play together.
I see. Hello, Miss Klee. You needn't worry. Master Kaya's grounding is long over.
Yes. We ungrounded him.
See, Adeland, you don't need to worry about me. I have lots of people to care for me now.
Yeah. That was cute. I gotta say. Aww. Our son. All the sunlight, light, and Lee with all your might. Aww. Picture. Alright. Now. West. There we go. That. This reward. We got 2 more rewards. I'm guessing those are the Susumu rewards. Story quest. Let's see which ones are missing. Missing here. Perception and here. There's 2 places we haven't. Let's go to this one. Another face of Marvel is talking to me. So back right here. So we'll go to KS there. Should split up to the next cutscene. Hangout quest, which we missed from last time. We get to see left off from that area. Look at the hangouts. Give you a choice of different areas for the hangout, which is fun. Alright, off the cave. Can't wait till we get next week's storyline though. In the next update. I can't wait for that. I am looking forward to swimming in Fontaine. Yeah.
You're always so busy. It's high time you gave yourself a proper break.
Oh?
Even the sharpest blade loses its edge if it's always in use. Regular maintenance is essential for reliable performance. And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Right now is the perfect time to relax and enjoy ourselves. And who knows how many other chances we'll get. So come on, what do you say?
No, can't spend public money. Alright, so I'm guessing this is the one where we spend public money. I'm gonna hate this, but it is what it is. Let me take you somewhere new.
Great. Music to my ears.
Okay.
I'll cover the travel costs, of course.
Thank you for following Andro on Phonics TV. Welcome to the Hyena Pack. Yay!
There's nothing more enjoyable than the company of a good friend. Let's call this a nice little excursion to round off my long business trip.
Yeah, business trip.
Now, let me think where we should go. I've seen a lot of Sumeru already, so let's go for someplace new.
Okay.
How about Liyue? I'd be heading past there on my way back to Mondstadt anyway, so it's not out of the way.
I know Liyue inside and out. Yay!
Well, lucky me. I'll hold you to that.
Alright.
Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs frequently corresponds with the Knights of Favonius, so the address on their letterhead is one of the few places I'm familiar with.
Interesting.
I don't have much luggage, so it won't take me long to pack.
Aha.
Give me a moment, and then we'll head there together.
That's fair. It is a long travel on foot, so I guess that they have to pack light in this world. Makes sense. And just... Anyway, here. Oh, right over here. I see. That would be the closest hill. Right. Now, go to that part of the story. Wonder what this part of the story is.
I've heard that there's lots to see and do in Liyue, but I'm sure you're more familiar with the place than I am, so I'll leave the itinerary to you.
I have friends all over Liyue and could score discounts galore.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I'll get to know some of these friends for myself.
Yeah.
It's such a satisfying feeling to just drop everything, go on a long trip, and see something new.
That is always my journey.
Who knows who we might cross paths with? We might even end up going on an impromptu adventure. Just like how I met you in Port Ormos.
True.
And now we're here. Come on, let's see what's up ahead.
Hey. Wonder if we'll meet Bonk along the way, or Chow there, or other people. Utao, maybe? This will be interesting. I love the interaction so constantly with. Not what I meant to do. It must be on the bridge. It's my best bet. Has to be on the bridge. Okay. Here. Here. Tell me down. No, it is down. Okay. I missed.
Do you know this shop?
Okay.
It looks pretty nice from the outside. Shall we take a look?
Talk to the shop owner.
Welcome to Mingxing Jewelry. We are a long-established trader of precious stones. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Yeah.
Let me see. Ah, some nice jewelry you've got here. Maybe I can grab something with a local flavor as a souvenir.
Oh.
What do you think, traveler? See anything that suits my style? I trust your judgment.
Already buying souvenirs on the bridge. Goods from Ming's jewelries don't look cheap, I'm sure. Actually, let's check if they sell anything off the shelf.
Ah, you're interested in souvenirs. If you're struggling to decide, you might want to consider getting some jade.
Huh?
You can't go wrong with a nice jade pendant. They're an elegant addition to your look, whatever your age or gender.
That's true.
If you're looking for a specific design, we can make it to your specifications. It does take some time to fulfill an order, however. High-quality jade is hard to come by, so our waiting list is at least a couple of weeks.
That is fair.
Oh, that's a pity. I'm just visiting and I won't be in town for very long. So as much as it pains me to do so, I'm afraid I'll have to leave this beautiful bijou behind.
Oh.
No worries at all, sir. If you're looking for something off the shelf, why not go and see Mr. Shurto at the Jade Mystery? He also deals in jade and precious stones.
Ah, the guy with uncut stones. Ah, you, the jade betting guy.
Exactly. But on that note, let me give you a word of advice.
Yeah.
There's no risk in purchasing a piece of jade that's already been cut. But you could lose all of your mora betting on uncut rocks.
That's true.
I won't say any more, as I don't want my fellow vendors to think I'm bad-mouthing them. But I think you catch my drift.
That's true.
It's only human nature to spend a little when you're on a trip. But don't be too hasty to part with your cash. The Ministry of Civil Affairs takes everyone's economic well-being very seriously.
True.
And they often send out the Millilith to spread public awareness of well-known scams. As guests here, I'd encourage you to watch out for anyone trying to rip you off.
That's fair.
I think that's sound advice wherever you go into that. We appreciate it, boss.
Alright. Go to the Jade Mystery Happening. Alright. They want us to look at the betting Jade guy. It said, not give in to his betting. Okay.
Welcome! Looking for uncut stones or pre-cut jade? We've got plenty of both for your viewing pleasure.
Uncut stones. Ah, yes, we were just briefed on that. Let's take a look at the pre-cut jade.
Should be careful.
I believe I detect a quiet but distinct tone of apprehension in your words. Please rest assured, there's nothing to be quite so wary about with my business.
I don't know.
Feel free to peruse at your leisure. I think you'll find that everything I do here is entirely above board and legitimate, and I sell only pure and unadulterated goods. No scam guaranteed.
Really? Which one is it? Well.
Sure, you can bet on jade and lose if you're unlucky, but that doesn't make it a scam.
Well.
My terms are clear and transparent, and I only do business with willing customers. What scammer can claim that?
Scam me in the past.
Sounds perfectly reasonable. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much the vendor is charging. If the customer decides to hand over their money, they're taking the bait of their own free will.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you understand. Although your peculiar phrasing at the end there, you almost make it sound as if I really am scamming people. Anyway, betting on jade is what it is. Feel free to try your luck, but if you can't afford to lose, then it's not for you. We don't need to cause each other any trouble. I'll leave you to browse at your own pace now while I deal with other potential customers.
Amber-colored jade would probably make for a good souvenir.
Really thinking of buying it?
Why not? This is a quirky little place. Somehow, I'm inclined to entertain him for a bit.
Peace Corps laughter piece on word does have better quality pieces.
Well, if you're not interested, then I guess we'll pass.
Yes. That's a good judgment. I don't want Kaya spending all the
Ahoy there,
money
Captain! Fancy seeing you back in town. Struck any gold lately?
What, a poor sailor like me? You must be joking. I barely managed to make ends meet. What about you, Shurto? Still scamming people with your pile of rocks?
Hey, keep your voice down. Can't you see I've got customers? But more to the point, when have you ever seen a customer get scammed in my store?
I mean, you want the full list? Or... Hold on, is that... Captain Kaya! What, brings you to Liyue?
Oh, just taking a short trip with my friend. It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a good while, hasn't it?
Anywhere you'd recommend I visit while I'm here?
Let me think. Wanmin Restaurant's always a pretty good bet. Chef Mao's daughter is a skilled chef, and their prices are very reasonable. My wife can't get enough of their boiled fish. You could give that a try. And, speaking of my wife, she won't let me forget what a great help you've been to us before. So thank you, on her behalf.
Your wife? Ah, yes. How is she doing these days?
Keeping well? These people?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Anyway, I've got something I need to do down at the South Wharf, so my apologies, Captain Kaya, but I'd better get going.
Definitely knows.
All right. See you.
That was interesting interaction.
I finally remembered who that was. Captain Wu. He runs a transport business between Mondstadt and Liyue.
Ah, I see.
I see. So you went through that whole conversation with no idea who you were talking to. Well, that explains the generic pleasantries and the general awkwardness. Old Wu's usually quite the chatterbox, so it's very unusual for him to just take off mid-conversation. How exactly do you two know each other anyway?
Maybe he owes Kaya a favor.
An educated guess. Yes, you could put it like that. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. The captain was making a delivery to Mondstadt when his ship sprang a leak. He overexerted himself fixing it and keeping the cargo dry, and ended up passing out from exhaustion. I took him to Mondstadt to recover.
That's nice.
Well, it still seems strange to me. Sure, he's hardly the most charming conversationalist, and he's also mighty stubborn, but all of us know Old Wu is an honest and kind-hearted man. His eldest was once playing on that big rock over there when he took a tumble and injured himself. I helped to patch the kid up, and the next day, Old Wu was here to buy a couple of uncut stones. I'm just surprised he was so quick to excuse himself, that's all. Normally, he's the kind of guy who, if you run into him on the street and he owes you a favor, he'll grab you by the hand and thank you profusely until you ask him to stop.
Well, stubborn, I can believe. Someone had drilled a gaping hole in his ship, and the water was coming in fast. How he managed to make it all the way to Mondstadt, not to mention with his cargo intact, I have no idea.
Someone drilled a hole in his ship? Oh dear. There must have been one of the less savory captains out there trying to sabotage his business so they can squeeze their way into the market. When competition is stiff, sometimes things get ugly. It's the way of the world, unfortunately. His line of work isn't easy. The poor fellow usually has to set sail before the break of dawn. He's been loitering around a lot these past few weeks, though. I thought maybe he'd come into some Mora. Competition is fierce these days, and there's not a lot of Mora to be made in shipping. So every day he stays idle is another negative in the books. I do wonder what's gotten into him.
Not only that, more productions, and money is slowly draining out of this world.
Anyway, I digress. We merchants protect our goods like our own lives, so who knows? Maybe he had some important cargo to see to. Either way, good sir, don't mind him.
He's a kind soul.
I am an upstanding member of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Just look me in the eyes. Don't you find me trustworthy?
Since you asked about recommendations earlier, you're here from Mondstadt, yes? Might I suggest the tea house is somewhere to rest your legs? If memory serves, they're just about to retell the tale of Bravebeard the Valiant from the top. Why not pay them a visit?
Huh. Sounds interesting enough. Let's check it out.
Read these. Cool. Alright. Tea house. Pod. Up there. There we go.
Huh. So this is the Huyu Tea House.
Let's find some seats.
We meet again, Captain Kaya. What a coincidence. Twice in one day.
So you had something to do in Southward?
Oh, that didn't take me long, and I ran the whole way.
Wu, weren't you just at Wanwen Bookhouse buying a book for your daughter? What's this talk about the wharf?
Shh, just leave it be, Aunt Jong. There's no need to embarrass him right in front of everyone else. I take it that you two aren't from around these parts. I'm a caravan guard by trade, and meeting people from all over the world is one of the main perks of the job for me. Why don't you join my table so we can get to know each other?
Oh, seems like the tea house is the place to be in Liyue. Feels like I'm back in the angel share. Did you manage to get something for your daughter just now, Captain Wu?
Yes, thank you. If it weren't for you, Captain Kaya, she might not have even made it into this world.
I'm so lost, Wu. What's the story here?
Your wife's originally from Mondstadt, isn't she? Did you run into Captain Kaya when you were there on business, or when you were visiting the in-laws?
The latter.
Wait, you two have met more than once. I saved you more than once?
Oh, this is so humiliating. Anyway, back when my wife was pregnant, we were taking a trip to Mondstadt to visit her parents this one time, when we were mugged by a group of treasure hoarders near Dawn Winery.
Oh, that sounds awful. Were either of you hurt?
I mean, he's still here, and he's still got all his limbs, so they can't have roughed him up too bad. I'm guessing Captain Kaya stepped in before they could do either of you any serious harm, huh?
Yes, he did. Thankfully, he heard my wife crying for help and drove them away. My wife was injured and quite shaken up by the ordeal, so he took her to the winery and asked them to look after her.
So what happened to you? Where did you disappear to?
I was in the water.
Huh? What did you jump in the water for? You know they can still get you in there, right?
No, that's not... They threw me into the water and stripped me of all my clothes.
They did what? Did they have a weird fetish or something? Stripping a sailor naked and throwing him into the water. It's not like you were going to drown. So, then what? I take it you swam to shore?
The treasure hoarders always move in groups, and fighting back when you're outnumbered isn't usually an option. It's no surprise that they quickly overpowered Captain Wu. I'm just glad that everyone made it out all right at the end.
True.
Captain Kaya, please, there's no need for you to try to save face for me like this. I already owe you so much. You don't have to do anything more. Yet, despite that, I somehow only ended up humiliating myself further. Oh, there's no point in me trying to save face now. They tossed me into the water to humiliate me, and to use it as leverage to get my wife to pay up. They didn't know that I could swim. What I'd intended was to pretend to drown, then sneak back onto shore while they weren't looking, and find a way to rescue my wife. That was before Captain Kaya appeared out of nowhere and saved the day. So then I figured I'd get out of the water, get dressed, and catch up with you. But God knows what they did with my clothes. I couldn't find them anywhere. By the time I gave up looking for them, you were most of the way to the winery, so I had to run after you with nary a thing on myself.
Oh, I see.
Outrageous!
So, what happened next?
I made it to the winery, but the maids noticed me first, and they called the Lord of the Manor out to give me the beating the treasure hoarders never got around to. After my wife recovered consciousness, she had to have a long talk with the young lord to explain everything. He then escorted us both safely to Stonegate.
Poor guy.
Oh, Woo, I'm sorry. But...
Ugh, good luck living that one down.
Trust me, I know. My wife never lets me forget.
I'm sorry, Captain. I wasn't intending to share that story.
It's fine. It's my own fault for thinking I could sweep it under the carpet and forget about it. I don't know if I can ever repay you for all you've done. That's why I get so embarrassed every time I run into you. Still, it won't stop me from trying. You and your friend are here to catch the storyteller, right? The tea's on me. It's the least I can do. In fact, they do serve some food here, too, but it's not the best. Okay, let me run and get some fruit to share. I'll be right back.
Alright. That was cute. Alright, let's talk to these guys.
I wonder how much Fanaria caught of that. Old Wu really has no filter, does he?
True.
Oh, poor Wu. gosh, I'm so sorry. It's just...
Right, now, okay.
He really didn't have to share all the details of that story, but since he didn't seem to mind, I wasn't about to stop him.
Did you avoid bringing up the whole story on purpose?
I did actually forget it first, but once he brought up his daughter, the memory of his naked escapades came flooding back. D-Luke thought some pervert was harassing the maids. He charged straight out the door, great sword in hand and raring to go. I haven't seen him so angry in a long time.
Poor guy.
So many people owe me favors nowadays. It's hard to keep track of them all.
You have a favor
I really should go check my favors ledger once I'm back and refresh my memory.
You have a favors ledger?
Hey, you didn't think I was being serious, did you? Do I really strike you as the kind of person to keep track of favors in a notebook?
That's fair.
I just helped the guy out on a couple of occasions because I happened to be in the right place at the right time. I have no intention of asking him to do anything for me in return. At least, not so far.
Is it interesting?
I'm back with fruit.
Oh.
Please help yourselves, everyone.
Really?
My treat.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. It's just a few fruits, nothing extravagant. Once my new pharmaceutical business takes off and I have more to spare, I'll get you a proper thank you gift and send it to the Knights of Favonius.
Pharmaceutical business. So you found a new career? No more shipping?
Shipping's impossible work nowadays. There's too much competition and the margins are too small. So I've decided to switch gears.
That's fair.
I'm going to become a partner of Boo Boo Pharmacy and provide funding for a brand new medication they're producing.
That's nice.
It's specially formulated to treat seasonal joint and limb pain. If you didn't know, it's a very common health complaint among sailors, but also extremely difficult to treat.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's a demand.
I've suffered from it myself, which is why I know that a lot of people stand to benefit from this once it enters the market.
True.
It's a good cause and a stable source of income. Whichever way you look at it, it's a step up from the back-breaking work I did before. I've already had some talks and invested 1 million mora for the first round of funding.
A lot of mora.
That's impressive, Wu. I wouldn't have thought you had the connections for something like that. So is it Dr. Baiju that you're in talks with?
Oh no, not Dr. Baiju. Actually, it was his master, Dr. Baifudze. His medical expertise and clinical experience are second to none, and he really cares about his patients. He gave me a few of his traditionally formulated bone-strengthening pills when he saw me suffering from my leg pains one day. It was like a miracle cure. The pain immediately went away.
Dr. Baiju's master.
Yeah, that sounds a little fishy.
Yeah, I told him I'd be enthusiastically recommending his medicine to the other guys at the docks. And after some hesitation, he just went right ahead and wrote up a prescription for me, completely for free.
That is a little fishy.
He said that he shouldn't really be handing out free prescriptions since, and I quote, "it goes against generations of tradition handed down by our forebears." But he just felt like it was the right thing to do. What a great guy.
But I got chatting with Dr. Baiju recently when the Secure Transport Agency did a delivery for Boo Boo Pharmacy. He told me that his master has already passed away.
Yeah.
Huh? Why would he say something like that? I mean, the guy's old, but he's still in great health.
That's not his master.
Captain Wu, where did you meet this old master?
Just out on the street? I know that sounds dubious, but this is an educated and respectable gentleman we're talking about. There's no faking that.
I don't know.
Hold on a second. I just remembered something. My nephew-in-law met a medicine seller not too long ago, too. He also described it as a miracle cure. He spent a lot of mora on it, but when he brought it to Boo Boo Pharmacy, Herbalist Gui took one look and told him he bought nothing but regular painkillers. This Baifudze you met, did he by any chance have a goatee and salt and pepper hair?
He did.
If I may, Captain Wu, there's a lot of mora involved here. It seems like it would be worth asking this Dr. Baiju about his master, just to set the record straight. You could show him the medicine as well. Clearly there's some misunderstanding here.
You're right, Captain Kaya. A quick trip to Boo Boo Pharmacy and I can get Dr. Baiju to clear all of this up. I'm sure it's all... I mean, hopefully it's all fine.
He left in a hurry. He must be stressed out of his mind right now.
We'll help him for moral support.
Hey, let him deal with this, okay? No point in you stressing yourself out too. Fraud or not, it's up to Captain Wu to figure out exactly who he's gotten himself involved with.
That's fair.
I'm no Dark Knight hero, or martial arts hero for that matter, and neither are you. Wait, or are you? Now that I think about it, I can see you having a secret double life as a martial arts hero here in Liyue. You certainly have the personality for it.
Maybe.
Either way, Liyue has its own rules and regulations. Best to let the Ministry of Civil Affairs deal with this in the proper manner. If a couple of outlanders like us get involved, we might just end up muddying the waters, even with the best of intentions.
True.
We came here to enjoy ourselves, remember? We don't want to get our priorities mixed up.
That's fair.
Oh, and look at that. The storyteller's taking the stage.
It is said that the sky's the limit for the aspirational soul. But alas, for the woes of the world are equally limitless. No such stranger to woes was Huang Guang, a man who, having suffered countless injustices at the hands of his fellow men, forsook them to dwell among the mountains and rivers. Yet fate fortuitous found him when he entered the tutelage of an adeptus and learned many mystical arts from them. Per his master's wishes, he then returned once more to the human world. Only this time, with a sworn duty to cleanse the land of demons and to see justice done wherever he might tread.
Listen to the tale of Greybeard Valiant.
Is that all? Oh, I was hoping to hear the rest of the story.
What do you think of the story?
It was all right. I suppose the hero always has to sacrifice himself to save others, and it does make for some good storytelling, but it leaves you wondering how he really feels about the whole thing. Did he ever have second thoughts? Only he can know, I suppose.
Oh, I see the show is over.
Did you find Bazu?
Yeah, I saw Dr. Baiju. Looks like it was a scam after all.
Poor guy.
Then what are you waiting for? Don't just stand there. You need to report this to the Ministry of Civil Affairs right away.
True, true.
Hold on. Let's not lose our cool. Get your story straight first, so you can give them a clear and detailed account of events in the order that they occurred. And one more thing. Do you still have a way to contact this guy?
True.
Well, I'd arranged to meet him at the Yunchang Tea House once I've withdrawn the next sum of Mora, so I suppose he'll still be waiting on that.
Okay, so you've got another meeting lined up.
I've got no one to blame but myself for this. I can't believe I was so gullible. I guess the world isn't made for naive simpletons like me.
Don't say that. It was not your fault. Your good nature is nothing to be ashamed of.
Young man, you're a good person. I'm touched by your words of comfort. Still, it's up to me to find a way to get my Mora back. The consequences are mine alone to bear. At my age, I'm sure I should be comforting the young with words of wisdom rather than the other way around. What does that say about how I've spent my life?
What is it, Kaya? Got a solution?
It's obvious, isn't it? He needs to report the case to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
But I want to help.
Come with me.
Oh. Alright, kids, fellas. Hey, what's going on? Oh, baby's going after you.
I am quite curious. How does our chivalrous martial arts hero intend to come to Captain Wu's rescue here? There are countless victims of injustice in the world. We can't try to help each and every one of them, can we?
You're a good person, Kaya.
Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't know you thought of me as someone who helps other people unconditionally. I'm genuinely flattered. But we both know that I'm not that kind of person, really.
He didn't want other people to laugh at Captain clothes. That's why I believe. Oh.
Your logic is very straightforward and quite endearing in its simplicity. But I like how you think. So I'll indulge your martial arts hero aspirations for now.
Up to Captain.
Captain Wu, how would you feel about owing me one more favor?
I'm sorry, Captain Kaya?
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I found a way to recover your Mora that would leave the man who defrauded you feeling angry and frustrated, but give him no way to get back at you. If it could be done, and the only cost was owing me yet another favor, what would you say?
What exactly are you getting at?
The traveler here is adamant that you should ask me for another favor. Personally, I blame the storyteller. After hearing the inspiring tale of Bravebeard, he's all gung-ho about playing hero and righting this injustice once and for all.
Yeah.
Captain Kaya, young man, I thank you. I will humbly accept your kindness.
All right. Now here's what I'm thinking.
Develop a plan with Kaya.
All right, then it's settled. Per our brave hero's plan, let's rendezvous at Yanshang Tea House tomorrow.
Okay. Yanshang. Leave. Correct. Yeah, this is Yanshang. So then I just turn the gun. Hi, Jara. Nice to see ya. The time 8. And that'll continue that hangout story. Hey. Alright. Should be the correct time. Yep.
Ah, you're here. Good. I'll head upstairs first, and you join me in a bit. You've got nothing to worry about. As long as this lucky coin's in my hands, it'll do as it's told. Before I toss the coin, I'll get our guy to bet heads or tails. Then it's your turn to bet.
Right.
Now remember, if I touch my chin, you bet heads.
Okay.
If I touch my forehead, you go for tails.
Chin, heads, forehead, tails. Got it. Chin, heads, tails. Got it. Kyle leaves everyone in position. Plan is risky. Anyone can pull it off, it's Kaya.
Hello. Are you waiting for someone?
Sorry, I must have spaced out for a second. There.
As long as you follow the rules of the tea house, you're welcome here. Please be our guest.
Alright, so I go up to the house. Gotta get this right. Okay.
This table's taken.
Oh. Try this table.
This table's taken.
Alright, that table's taken.
I know all I have to do is wait here, but no, forget it. I can't get cold feet now. I'll trust you and Captain Kaya.
Okay. Where do I sit at? Oh, around here.
From the way you describe it, Liyue does sound like an attractive place to settle. Perhaps I might have to make the move here after all.
Alright.
All that awaits me back in Mondstadt is a horde of insufferable sycophants. Truly tedious. The reason I left home in the first place was because I was reluctant to simply live off of my inheritance.
I understand. For one as ambitious as yourself, Mr. Rich, living off of the family fortune must feel like the dullest existence in the world.
Right, here I come in.
What are you doing? It's common courtesy to introduce yourself. Can't you see we got here first?
The other tables are all taken. This is the only place left.
They're running out of tables, huh? Looks like this location's getting too small for them. Very well, I'll make an exception for you this one time. Let's hope the tea, at least, won't disappoint me.
So, my friend, what's your name?
Hey, I discussed titles in advance. Inspiring fun and on is word. I'm aspiring to foreign discipline of the Ganyu.
Here's the tea that you ordered. Please enjoy.
Ugh, this tea is... never mind. Mr. Bai, this has been a most pleasant and insightful conversation. I consider it good fortune that I encountered such a refined gentleman as yourself so far from home.
And for everyone wants
Please
to
allow
catch
me
Pokemon,
to pay for
the
the tea.
exclamation mark Pokemon start. Mark Pokemon fetch, so I can try to catch this Pokemon. There we go.
Yes, good fortune indeed. In that case, I must thank you for your generosity.
You there. I'll get yours too.
Thanks. Far from home? Where are you originally from? Go there.
Oh, you can't tell? My family's lived in Mondstadt for generations. I got bored sitting around at home and decided to set off on a journey to expand my horizons. The sights of Liyue Harbor are rather spectacular. I've half a mind to buy a waterfront property here so I can come vacationing every year. That would be quite nice. If the family would spare me a little loose change, I could even invest in an antique shop or two so I have something to do during the day.
Flaunting your wealth so much, show up.
Flaunting? Come on, we're talking 20, 30 million tops, surely. Isn't that just pocket change?
Mr. Rich, just to clarify, that's quite
Mr.
a
Rich.
large sum of mora as far as the common man is concerned. It's understandable that our friend over here feels out of his league.
The name's Albert. Surname Rich, but only the servants in the house address me as Mr. Rich. Now that we're so well acquainted, Mr. Bai, please just call me Albert.
Albert does have a nice ring to it. It
True.
is my honor to become friends with someone of your caliber.
You flatter me. What say you to acting as my guide during my time in Liyue? I'll pay you handsomely, of course. Naturally, board and lodging would be included. And I could pay you in the region of 50,000 mora per day?
No need, my good friend. I shan't be so vulgar as to take your mora. We're both men of character. The pleasure of your ongoing acquaintance shall be ample reward in itself. To join a noble gentleman on his travels is a rare opportunity. Please, let me draft up an exact itinerary. I'll make sure to give you the experience of a lifetime.
You there. You're welcome to join us if you want. Which clan did you say you were with? The Hoo-Ha clan or something?
The Goo-Ha clan.
Goo-Ha, huh? Strange choice of name. Gotta say, I've been in Liyue for a while now. This is the first I'm hearing of them. I guess they're one of these obscure ones who keep to themselves.
Yes, well, there are many martial arts clans and factions in Liyue. It's only natural that you haven't become acquainted with all of them.
Ha, fair enough. Still, weird name. Bet they have some even weirder practices. Seriously though, what kind of skills do you guys train anyway? It's all for show, right? I saw some people performing a few tricks down at the wharf. Is it that kind of thing?
The Goo-Ha clan is devoted to teaching martial arts. You're comparing the Goo-Ha clan to street. We have nothing to talk about. I will take my leave now. I'll get my own checks as well.
I already told the server to put it on my tab. Don't bother getting her to split the bill. It'll only complicate things.
I was merely passing by. Your generosity will be better served elsewhere.
Young man, there's no need to take things so seriously. Why don't you loosen up? and enjoy the free drink.
Are you trying to make a point by throwing my generosity back in my face?
Oh.
All right then. What if I say your bill is mine and don't let you pay?
Wanna fight?
Please, my friends, let's not get so worked up. Yinchang Tea House is no venue for a duel. We'll all get escorted right out the door. You young people have hot tempers, I understand that. But there's no need to come to blows over a few words taken to heart when there are far more diplomatic ways to resolve the dispute.
Okay, then how about we settle this with... I'll foot my own bill. I win.
Did I hear that right? So you'll only pay for yourself if you win, but I'll get the check for the three of us if you lose.
Yes.
It's not that I care about the Mora. After all, I offered to pay for everyone's drink in the first place.
Yes.
No, what I find truly absurd is your refusal to play fair. I demand that you also pay for three if you win.
What a load of hogwash. If I win the bet, you have to make a formal apology to the Guha clan. Yes.
Fine. You can have your apology if you win, but on one condition. We'll do the best of three, and the winner pays for the table.
Well, as long as you're no longer raring to fight, peace begets wealth, as the elders used to say.
Why don't you join us, Mr. Bai?
Hey.
Let's entertain this guy for a sec. We don't want him to think you're stingy.
True.
I wasn't even a part of your argument.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Bai? Whose side are you on here?
I'm on...
Anyway, it's no big deal if you win. Just a few cups of tea after all. So you can just pay for your fees as mine.
Right then, I suppose that's all. From the I scam the games I used to play in my youth. If it's just for a few things, you can count me in.
Alright, now we're talking. Okay, now that we've put down the rules, how should we do this coin toss? After all, one coin looks the same on both sides.
Just touching his chin, so that's had easy. Borrow a pen from the counter and mark from
Well, it should be simple enough. Here, I'll take this coin and ask the counter to draw a line on one side. So you can wait for me.
Okay. Well, he wants us to do heads.
And I can see that you haven't spent many years in the real world. To take it far too personally. I too only met this that millionaire by yesterday. But you know at the time, I actually came to it with a business partner. Cash from two recent investments. And this gentleman struck up a conversation with me. In the real world, you've got to keep up.
Sure.
Take turns tossing a coin.
Okay.
Sounds fair to me. What do you first?
Alright, then I'll start us off. Here we... Oh. Wait, I nearly forgot to collect everyone's bets. Mr. Bai, get the tails.
I suppose the choice is arbitrary. It's a 50-50 chance. I'll go with tails.
Let me think. I'll also go with tails.
I'll go with
What about
heads.
you?
Huh? Tails just as much.
Lucky me.
I want to well.
Yes.
I guess there might be a formal apology cards after all.
Hey, this is just the first toss.
I have a suggestion. If one loses twice in a row, they should get
You are young, and I've already seen your short tempers for myself. If one loses around any young minions, you'll be eyed, and before you know it, you'll be at each other.
Please, he was the one.
That's the only consideration either. You should maybe not know this kind of times. Just to say, nice people all sorts of methods to bring the game. So we can fit the ice mechanisms. They give them a result. How about the next round? If you got battles who's the road, then I'll just get tired ready between you and me. And you won't get your apology to the plan. If that happens, only for you to find out that the coin was rigged all along, you're sure to me avoid the orders to scam you while in the Kukwa plan. And imagine a kind of vengeance for that would you but one that I'm bringing up now to avoid any misunderstanding further down the road.
Guys, don't smile.
Give me the coin. I'll show you how to check if it's been rigged.
It's not rigged.
Indeed, Mr. Pye. Looks like I chose the right person to be my guide. Take it.
The rigged coin will always be a little heavier than a normal coin, you see. This money seems pretty normal to me, however. But don't take it from me. Why do you just do it yourself?
Readiness is below me. I trust your judgment. Phew, that was a close call.
What's your best this time, Mr. Pye?
I'll stick with tails.
Tails, huh? You seem to have a feel for this. I trust you have all measure better get in this round. I'll tell you this. You.
Heads. Coin turned heads up. Is this a lucky guess, or has Kaya already?
I like tails just about holding out. So one drop out. So better now. I going head to head in the final round.
My turn.
Mm-hmm. Well, here you go. What'll it be, Mr. Pye?
It's a tough decision this time.
That's what makes it fun, isn't it? Anyway, there's no need to stress. What's the cost of a few cups of tea compared to 50,000 I'll be paying you every day?
You make a good point. All right, I'll take heads.
Okay, and now it's my turn to guess. Not that the outcome matters either way to me. I won't even notice the more's gone. Whatever, I'll take tails.
I'll take tails. Firstly the coin turned heads. That's his turn.
Why did it have to be heads? This whole thing started because you two got into a spat, and now I'm the one that has to foot the bill. What say you to another round?
Sure, why not? I'm having fun. I can go for as many rounds as you want.
You guys have fun.
What a miserly person. Do as you please. The two of us can play.
But Albert, all the fun of gambling is in the stakes involved. What say you to throwing a little loose change into the pot?
Oh, come on now. No need to walk on eggshells here. Let's keep it simple, shall we? If you guess right, I pick up the tab. But if you guess wrong, I'm afraid it's still on you.
Sure. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, here's the coin. You can toss first. I'll take heads.
I'll choose.
Wouldn't it defeat the whole purpose of betting if you guessed the same as me? This is a two-person game now. Surely one of us has to guess heads and the other tails.
All right. It all comes down to luck, after all. I'll take tails.
What's going on? Tails.
Ooh, looks like Rex Lapis has smiled upon me today after all. Thank you for the tea, Albert.
Bet you wish you raised stakes now, huh?
Shall we say 50,000?
Oh, maybe that's a little on the high side.
What, 50,000? But that's just a single day's guide pay for you.
All right. I'll bet tails.
Great, then I'll bet heads. No takebacks. Heads.
Tails.
Hey.
Oh, how unfortunate. I shouldn't have gotten greedy. After all, in the long run, gambling is always a losing game. 50,000 more. My goodness. Albert, I'm terribly sorry, but as it happens, I forgot to bring my coin purse with me today. Could you perhaps take this 50,000 out of my guide fees? Call it an advance payment. That would make us even.
Advance payment? Sorry, I'm afraid that's not my style. It'll have to be cash.
This day just getting better and better. Well, so be it. 50,000. Let me see what cash I have on me.
Mr. Bide takes out 50,000.
Just 50,000? That's not what we agreed on.
Huh? What are you talking about? I think you'll find that our bet was for 50,000.
No, it wasn't. The amount was 1 million.
1 million? Are you insane? Come on now, Albert. Be serious. 1 million here and 1 million there might be all fun and games to you rich types, but to ordinary folk like myself, this is no laughing matter.
I'm being perfectly serious. I know what I said, and what I said was 1 million mora.
You're lying through your teeth. Hey, young man, you tell him. Did you hear him say 1 million at any point during our bet?
Yeah, he said 1 million.
Huh? What the? I'm not deaf, you know. I swear I heard 50,000. Wait. Oh, I see. You two are in this together. I never met either of you before today, and out of nowhere you suddenly roped me into betting over a coin toss, and now you're accusing me of owing you 1 million mora. Huh? Do you have any idea who you're trying to cheat? I know all the tricks in the book. I can't believe a couple of beginners like you managed to get this far. Well, don't you try to celebrate just yet. You amateurs have a lot to learn about the art of the con. Do you really think that nobody else will have heard all the commotion we just made? All I need is one witness, and this little scheme of yours falls apart. Frauds! Frauds, I say! These two kids are trying to scam me out of my hard-earned mora! Hostess! Oh, hostess, come quickly!
How pathetic.
What is going on here? If you can't abide by our rules, you're not welcome at Yenshang Tea House. I don't care what the issue is. You don't get to make a racket like that in here. Halberd! Fang!
Wait, don't throw me out! These two con artists are trying to steal my mora! You can't let them get away with it!
Well, let's take this somewhere else. I don't want any of you disturbing the other guests. Okay, you two. Care to explain yourselves?
Gladly. He's making up completely spurious claims. We were betting mora over a few coin tosses, and now he wants to back out. In the land of contracts, of all places. He won 250,000 from me, then another 800,000 from the both of us. Now he's refusing to pay up the measly 50,000 that he lost in the final round.
Okay, so after settling up, a total of 1 million mora should have changed hands. Sounds plausible enough.
Oh, it's a complete pack of lies. Hostess, if you don't believe me, ask anyone else in the tea house. These kids were so loud. I guarantee you everybody in that room knows the true story.
Sorry to interrupt you all, but you're witnesses to the situation here. Is what Mr. Bai says true?
Oh, thank goodness you're finally here. What took you so long? That old guy's been bragging about the mora he's won so loudly, I'm surprised the whole street didn't hear him. I was about to report him to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Leave me out of this. I want nothing to do with gamblers and scammers. Please, just bring me my check.
Our new owner laid down the law not too long ago. We turn a blind eye towards casual games of dice, but there is zero tolerance for any explicit gambling with real mora. Return any winnings to the party you took them from, and we'll say that none of this ever happened. Otherwise, I'll have to bring in the Millilith, and I can assure you that they take a more hard line on this kind of thing than we do.
Why should I have to give them any mora? I don't have any mora on me.
Oh, but I think you do. 2 investments, was it? One of them to the tune of exactly 1 million as it happens. Oh, and don't forget you still need to pay the tab.
You... wait. How did you...
Halberd! Bang! There's a gentleman here that I'd really like you to meet.
Please, please don't. I'll pay, all right?
This was never your mora to begin with.
That is
We'll
sharp.
be returning it to its rightful owner now.
Nice. Alright. Off with Captain. Where's Captain? Oh, there he is.
What did you think, Captain Wu? Could you hear clearly from your corner on the 2nd floor?
Yes, everything. I can't thank you two enough.
Woo. This was your doing, wasn't it? You and this monster planned the whole thing, along with that blonde one. And all the customers on that floor were in on it too, weren't they? I know where you live, and I know what your wife looks like, and your pretty little daughter too. You crossed the wrong man today.
Oh, he is mean.
Who'd be scared of a crook like you? I'll take you on any day of the week.
Well, let's see how long that false bravado of yours will last.
Oh, look at that. He figured it out. Guess he's not as dumb as we thought.
Don't you two get cocky either. Just you wait. I will hunt you down.
I'm not actually scared of a traveler. I got a sword.
My apologies for having to leave this question until you'd vacated the premises, but I couldn't have things escalate inside the tea house. I hope you can understand our position. I noticed that all the guests on the 2nd floor were present before you took your seats, then left almost immediately after you did. Would I be correct in saying you were looking to set this man up?
True.
Wait, so you saw through it right away?
Under normal circumstances, we would never tolerate a scheme like this taking place on our grounds, as it risks damaging our owner's reputation. However, I understand that our owner holds the traveler in high regard and must have good reasons for their actions. Still, I would appreciate an explanation, if only so that I can answer to the owner.
Ah, as I thought. Yes. When you're operating on someone else's turf, you run the risk of clashing with the master of the house. Thankfully, we considered that possibility before going ahead with our plan. Over to you, brave hero. You're the one with the connections in Liyue. It's your time to shine.
Recount what happened to Captain Wu.
Okay, I understand the situation now. It goes without saying that I have no wish to stand in the way of your chivalrous deeds. I'll report everything you told me to our owner.
Feel free to find me again if you need any further explanation.
Well, Captain Wu, remember what I promised you? What do you think? Angry and frustrated enough for you?
Think you delivered.
Excuse me, coming through. Is this the Mr. Bai you reported to us?
Yes.
Yes, that's him all right. The one who scammed Captain Wu.
Wait! Where's your evidence? And Wu, you've already recovered your Mora. I don't deserve to be punished twice for the same crime.
You can't talk your way out of this one. You're already suspected of defrauding multiple victims out of smaller amounts, and the combined total meets the threshold for a conviction. If it turns out you're guilty in this case too, it'll only add to your sentence. Does the plaintiff have any witnesses? If so, we'd really appreciate if they could come with us and provide a testimony.
Sure, sir. I'm happy to give a testimony.
You got tangled up in this too, huh?
Yes.
In that case, please come with me. Your witness statements will play a crucial role in helping to move this case forward. Don't worry, we won't take up too much of your time. And you, sir, can stop twiddling your thumbs. You're coming with us too.
Hey, keep your hands off me. I'll cooperate. Stop manhandling me.
Now let's take the con man away.
Thank you so much, the both of you. I really don't know how I could ever begin to repay you.
Well, I have an idea. We originally came here to do some sightseeing. Anywhere you'd recommend we go before the end of our trip?
Let me think. Now, where would I want to go? Hey, are either of you interested in a fishing trip?
Sounds fun to me. Let's go.
Alright. Let's meet up for the last part. I think it's down at the part, I must guess. Right here. Oh, that was close. I landed right on. Yeah.
Well, this was certainly an eventful end to my trip. It wouldn't have been possible without you.
I'm just
or
glad.
my lucky coin, of course.
I'm just glad nothing went wrong. I trust the coin.
Wouldn't be much of a lucky coin if it had. Besides, I already taught you how to become attuned to it. You still need some practice to master the technique, but luckily it decided to play nice and spare us any more complications.
How do you control it anyway?
A better question to ask might be, what do I do to make this coin happy to work with me and show me whichever side I wish? My answer would be that I tell the coin a joke every time I toss it into the air. If it finds my joke funny, then it cooperates with me. Of course, this whole arrangement hinges on a pre-existing amount of trust between the two of us. I can't just get any strange coins to listen to me.
He caught us off guard when he insisted on taking the second one.
Yeah, I was a little surprised when he unwittingly called out our trick coin, but it didn't matter. A good gambler always keeps her options open. You have to have a contingency plan for when the odds are against you. So when I went to the counter, I marked a regular coin as well as my trick one. That safely avoided any risk of him finding out about the trick coin. But it also meant that we wouldn't be able to control the result of that round. But hey, what does it matter? The fact that he made things a little more challenging only made it all the more exciting to watch him slowly but surely fall into our trap. Especially listening to him warn us about the possibility of a rigged coin right as we were scamming him. That was my favorite part. As long as I chose the same bet as him, and you bet the opposite to me, it was always going to end up with him paying. Unless, of course, he'd had some other tricks up his sleeve that we hadn't thought of. Then things would have gotten really interesting.
You two are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met. I'm no intellectual, so I would never have been able to come up with a plan like this. Even when you described it to me, I only understood parts of it.
A con artist gets on sooner or later.
Well, I may not be the smartest guy around, but one thing I do know is this. One should always return tenfold the help that they've received from others. We were just ordinary acquaintances. You had no reason to help me as much as you did. If there's anything I can ever do for you in the future, anything at all, please let me know. You can always count on me. I guarantee it.
No? You seem agitated. Are you worried about owing me yet another favor? There are two kinds of people who owe me favors. One is my friends, and the other my informants. My informants have to fulfill whatever requests I make of them, no questions asked. The question is, which kind of person do you want to be? And you're torn again. Too afraid to ask to be my friend, but also daunted by the dangers inherent in becoming my informant. Well, it's okay, because I just thought of a fun and easy way to get us out of this impasse. Let's do a coin toss. This is the regular coin I prepared for the contingency plan when I was borrowing a pen from the bar. Not the lucky one that does what I tell it to. If it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call. May the Lord of Geo decide.
So, was it heads or tails?
What do you think? What does your heart tell you?
Yeah, just put the coin back in his pocket.
I understand now. You have my most sincere gratitude. No, that's a little too formal. What I'm trying to say is, here, your fishing rods, my friends.
Aw, that was a good one. Lucky coin. You. And story quest and extras. So, last one we didn't do, which is hangout last hangout. So we'll do the last one on get the achievement. You get that? Rainbows. There we go. We'll do the last one about next time in the game, and we'll also
so dark.
Start maybe the event. Well, next week. So I'll do that next Thursday, but we'll be doing Okami this Saturday. So here's my Discord, or for anyone who wants to join, please give a follow. Discord. There we go. Please give a follow if you're on Twitch, and for anyone on YouTube, please subscribe. I will be doing a raid, so I'll see you guys next time, everybody. Raid.
Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
Oh! Let's raid this channel. They're doing a Klee skin giveaway, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody! Start the raid.
What?
Notice.
What? What?